For the protection of the players and families and the spirit of good sportsmanship, the Columbus Lions and the Columbus Civic Center ask that the following announcement be made. A reminder that the Columbus Civic Center is a smoke-free facility, and the smokers must use the rear plaza outside the Civic Center if they wish to smoke. Also, the Lions pledge to all our fans a pleasant family experience, so please refrain from rude or obnoxious behavior, including profanity at the risk of boarding from building security or possible ejection for offenders. Any fan throwing objects onto the field, going onto the field, or interrupting play in any manner will be ejected and subject to arrest. We caution you to be alert and aware of rubber kick footballs flying into the stands and players entering the stands. A change to this season, we ask that you return any balls that enter the stands to the field of play. The Columbus Lions offer unparalleled access to the players after each game. We want you to join us directly on the field after each and every home game for 30 minutes. We ask that you enter the field through one of the doors and do not jump over the walls. Once on the field after the conclusion of the game, for the safety of those on the field, we ask that you do not throw footballs or chase after one another on the field. We thank you for your cooperation.
Kind of cool. It frees everybody out, but I guess they haven't had hockey in a long time.
That's what I'm saying.
Thank you. I do want to watch it.
Visual microphone check, 1, 2, 1, 2. gentlemen, children of all ages, we welcome you to tonight's game. You are officially inside the Lions' Den, and that can only mean one thing. It's time to roar. Tonight, on Houston Clinic Field inside the Columbus Civic Center, your Columbus Lions face the Dallas Falcons. The Lions would like to welcome the following groups in attendance. Spring Harbor, the Boys and Girls Club, Harris County Youth Football, Tackle 22 Fishing, Rise Youth Group, Fort Moore, RSTB, and SFAB, Allen Elementary, and their cheerleading squad. Lions fans, at this time, let's give a warm Columbus welcome to the Dallas Falcons.
right now we're announcing the starting lineups for your Columbus Lions, who are 4-0 to start the season, and the new association they're in, which is the American Indoor Football Alliance. We also have seen the Lions just completely obliterate everyone that has been in front of them. I was here a few weeks ago that called the game with Jonathan Shusky, and they played the Mississippi Raiders. And the Mississippi Raiders have not lost a game in this association, American Indoor Football Alliance, in over 2 years. They have dominated. They've won 2 championships. But guess what? The Columbus Lions didn't care about any of that. They won 63-8 and just dominated. And they've honestly dominated all 3 games they played this year so far, winning by an average margin of close to 50 points a game. And a lot of it has to do with Marcus Brooks, which I'll get into in a moment, the all-world quarterback out of Shaw University, HBCU in North Carolina. He's leading the association in touchdowns. But it's been the defensive line that has really been, I think, the biggest key for this Lion defense that creates turnovers, that hasn't allowed many points at all. They're giving up maybe 8 to maybe 1 game early in the season. They got close to 30, but the majority of the time, they're keeping teams under 20 points. DeAndre Brown out of Southern Miss. He's been a man on a mission. Ken Washington out of Florida A&M, as well as Kenny Carter out of Syracuse. I mean, these guys, last time I was calling a game, were a train wreck for the Mississippi Raiders. They were so dominant that they ended up knocking the Mississippi Raiders quarterback out of the game. He didn't even come back. The backup quarterback, he gave it his all, but there was just not enough manpower in that Mississippi Raiders team. And again, I am live right now on the Columbus Lions YouTube channel. Make sure if you're here to go ahead and subscribe. All games will be broadcasted right here on the YouTube channel. Chris Gates, he's on, the producer today, my man, making sure that you can see all the great things that's going on today with it being Military Appreciation Night tonight. I'm also live on my actual personal Facebook page, Thrift Behringer. And we're going to take a quick moment of silence as we begin the national anthem, and then we'll continue on our pregame. Excellent job, as it is Military Appreciation Night, so it is packed. There is a lot of military members here that are, again, Lions showing their appreciation for what they do for our country, so that we can be here to watch this awesome American Indoor Football Alliance football game that's going on tonight here at the Civic Center. Falcons. So let me give you a quick back history on this Falcons team. There isn't much because they just joined the league this year. The American Indoor Football Alliance put out a press release saying that they are pleased to announce the Dallas Falcons have accepted an invitation to become a member of the IFA, and they're looking toward continuing their success in this 2023 season. They're only going to be a travel team, so the Dallas metropolitan area has not have an arena for the Dallas Falcons to actually play in Dallas, but they are a travel team, and they will be going to all the different cities that are part of the American Indoor Football Alliance. And again, this alliance started back in 2020, and now enters its second season. And their teams from Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Mississippi, Texas, Nevada, and Kansas. We decided champion years in this year. The Lions, we know about their history. They won a championship in 2010, and 2015, and 2016. They've won in multiple different associations. This will be the third different one they won a championship, and they were able to do that this year. For those that are watching right now, we actually have members of the military coming down on rope from all the way in the ceiling. Now this is pretty cool. And this shows you all the thought that Lee Snow, the general manager, Casey Smith, and the rest of the ownership group put into a night like this, making sure that everyone gets a great fan experience. And we hope you're getting that same experience at home. If there's still plenty of time, if you want to come and watch the Lions, we're live at the Civic Center. You can come in right now and watch, but if not, you're sitting in the comfort of your own home, that's fine too. Sit back, relax, and it's time for some Columbus Lions football.
Please direct your attention to midfield for the point toss.
As they're doing their point toss, I just want to give a little background history for those that don't know who I am. My name is Stuart Barringer. I am a sports broadcaster here in the Columbus area. I do a show with DJ Jones called Sports Visions. That's live every Monday and Thursday, 4 to 6 p.m. on 92.9. And of course, on our Sports Visions Facebook page, and we have many guests on, and we talk about the Columbus Lions and all the different Columbus professional teams, high school teams around the area. I'm also the play-by-play guy for the Chile Vikings around here, and I call many. I say this all the time. Probably called close to 150 games between football, basketball, baseball this year, between professional, college, and high school. And I tell you what, I don't get more excited than I do when I get a chance to come and call a Columbus Lions team. So I want to say thank you to Lee Snow for allowing me this opportunity. And with this Lions team, as I talked about, Marcus Brooks, all-world quarterback, he's been terrific to start the season. The receiving core has been phenomenal. James Gray, Andre Thurman, Miko Ewing, Tremel Goodwin, Mr. Deloach, Desmond Reese, and Alex Coleman. All these guys have been absolutely lights out. No one's been able to guard them. They've been able to create a lot of separation, which allows Marcus Brooks to find the open man and score touchdowns. And of course, Lamont Morrison, who we all know was a Carver standout back in 2007, won a state championship then. He also was a part of Florida State's team during the late 2000s to the 2010s. Shout out to Dana Barker, he's the lead official in the white hat for today. One of the best officials around the area, and no doubt about it. To be underway here. Shout out to my statistician to my right to make sure I get all the stats and everything correct. And Nick. So we got Nick, we got Chris, and Britt Barringer on the call. Richard Holdridge, shout out to him. Me and him have called many games together, so it's honestly one of the first times I filled in for him, because he's actually filled in for me many times. We've also called many games together, but he is not here. He's the normal play-by-play guy for this Lions organization, so I appreciate him asking me, along with Lee Snow, to step in. And I'm ready to see this Lions team go from 3-0 to 4-0, and Dallas Falcons team, a new organization, and it being their first game of the season, it's coming against the juggernaut in the Lions. I know that they probably would have preferred anyone else but the Lions, but hey, you can't pick and choose, and you just got to roll with it. And hopefully you can get out to a hot start, because that has been the mantra for this Lions team. And the kickoff goes past the returner. He has no chance. He gets tackled all the way in the back. Gets hammered right into the cushion. So terrible field position to start off with this Dallas Falcons team, and that is not what you want to be pinned back deep in your own territory, especially with this defense, specifically this defensive line for the Lions. Starting quarterback is James Louder, number 1 for the Dallas Falcons. And they are out from the Dallas metropolitan area in Texas. 2 receivers on either side. Of course, the slot that gets the running start. And he's going to take off and run, and no avail for him as big number 92, Andre Revere out of Tuskegee University says, I don't think so, and starts it off with a sack for the Columbus Lions. And this is how most of the games start when it comes to watching Columbus. Live here on the Columbus Lions YouTube channel. Gives it off to the running back. He does have a crease. He takes off and gets an excellent game all the way to midfield. Nice run right there for number 2, Jamal Stanfield. Like we have a pre-snap penalty. And false start. We got some happy feet down there on the offensive line. So that will back them up 5 yards. Louder. That was a nice screen pass. Good block on the outside and a decent gain right there. Nice job by number 5, Matthew Stroud. And an excellent block by number 13, Vontae Henderson. Good tackle, though, to minimize the gain. Still got 6 or 7 yards, so now it's about 2nd and 9 for the Falcons, and quarterback James Louder. Another screen pass, and that one's batted down. Excellent job right there by the big man, number 2, Ken Washington, getting those huge mitts up to knock it down. And it looks like if you're Dallas, a lot of screen game right now. I'm wondering if they're trying to bait them in to maybe a hitch and go and have someone running down the sideline wide open. But Lions sniffed that out, specifically Ken Washington. So now it is 3rd and long for the Falcons. Louder, under duress, escapes again, and not this time. 3rd time is the charm for number 52, Darius Morris. And Morris came up and laid the boom right there. Excellent job by him. Also, number 16, DeCoven Ware, to make it now 4th down and long. And I wonder what the Falcons are going to do. Are they going to punt or are they going to go for it? And the sack by that defensive line. I can name about 4 guys, but the 2 that I saw initially, number 92, Andre Revere, and number 52, Darius Morris, but Ken Washington was there as well. You could pick up 4 players from the Lions, and now that sets up excellent field position, which is the mantra, as I said, for this Lions team. Defense dominates, allows short field for offense, who is quick strike and scores touchdowns. Again, special thanks to our military. It is awesome, as Richard Holdridge is actually a part of the military. He's actually on drill this weekend, so that's why he is not here. And we appreciate his service. We appreciate everyone's service. And again, I want to thank everyone from the American Indoor Football Alliance for allowing me this opportunity to call some great Arena League football. Brooks, wide open for the touchdown. Lions, as I said, quick strike. Cal Griswold wide open underneath the middle. Nobody guarded him. And Marcus Brooks, as I like to say for basketball, laid it up with an easy throw. And the Lions are already up now 6-0 to start this one. One play, touchdown. Marcus Brooks, not only does he lead the association in touchdowns, he is efficient in doing it. It doesn't take many passes for him to get these touchdowns. High snap, able to still get it down, and a great kick. Excellent hands right there by receiver Alex Coleman to be able to one-hand catch that, bring it down to allow the kicker, Blake Erickson, to be able to get that off, and 8-0 here. Lions lead this one. Again, appreciate everyone tuning in. If you're watching on my Facebook page, go ahead and click that link. Come join us on YouTube. We got replays, we got scoreboard. And we appreciate everyone tuning in right now. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Columbus Lions Facebook page to keep up with all things Lions, as they're trying to go 4-0. Erickson set to kick off. So I did get corrected. Thank you. Ryson Richardson is the kicker. We apologize about that. It's 7-0 here. In the actual arena, they have it 8-0, but it should be 7-0. So thank you for everyone. All right, great field position now for the Dallas Falcons as they start near midfield. And that's where you want to start, especially when you're having to block these behemoths up front. But not only that, I know I talk a lot about the defensive line, but the secondary, Kyle Griswold, Droll Green, Deshae Hubbard, Philip Russell, all these guys that get swapped in and out. Darius Morris, the linebacker. DeCoven Ware, also a linebacker. All these guys, they're elite. And there goes Darius Morris, as I just said. And right now, I don't think the Falcons think they could block the Lions, which is why they're trying to create some type type of open space for their quarterback because they don't feel like he can drop back and have enough time to be able to get the ball off. The Rip Behringer on the call here. Lions and the Falcons, American Indoor Football Alliance, here in Columbus, Georgia at the Civic Center. Louder takes the snap, takes off running, has some space, able to get to the yard marker, and will set up third and manageable after that initial sack. Last time the Lions played, they played the Southern Steam out of Savannah. They won that 58-8. That was after beating Mississippi by 63-8. Third down, Louder hands it off, and Darius Morris gobbles up the running back, number 4, Darius Banks, and he loses yard to make it 4th down and about 10. And if you're the Falcons, I mean, obviously you're going to go for this because, I mean, you just saw with the Lions offense, one play and they scored a touchdown. Fans getting into it. 4th down. Louder. And is taken down. And the big paws of Andre Rivers waving to the fans saying, not on my watch. Another sack by this Lions defense. And that will allow, again, great field position for Marcus Brooks and the offense to make it a 14-point game. It's the speed inside. It's the strength. And also it's the scheme. Great job by Chris McKinney and his staff having these boys ready to play. Deloach, the farther receiver on the left side, drops the ball, does Brooks, not able to get away, and a sack right there. Martin Medina. Brooks is upset, wasn't able to handle that bobbled snap that created the sack. And I'm willing to bet, if I had to guess how many people are in the stadium tonight, I'm going to talk with Chris Gates. How about this at the next break? And I want to get back to you. I don't want to say a number, but it's definitely in the thousands. And I say thousands, not thousand, thousands. And it's not just the military people that are here filling seats. It's everyone around the Columbus area. And again, great job promoting by the organization for the Columbus Lions. You know, we all know what happened this past all season, but the fact that they were able to get this season going, being a part of the American Indoor Football Alliance, great job. That's all I can say. Great job by them, and they're trying to win a championship. Desmond Reese. They're actually going to throw it to number 10, Gooden, at a Morehouse. Quick screen. Gets it back to the original line of scrimmage that now is 3rd down and 10. Deloach on the near side. Brooks wide open. Touchdown Lions. Tramel Gooden goes racing by the secondary member of the Falcons. And he was wide open in the corner of the end zone. Excellent pass by Marcus Brooks, but we do have a penalty. And it is going to be on the Lions. So that touchdown is negated. And you're starting to hear the boos now. Pre-snap penalty. Nope, I think that may have been a holding. So touchdown off the board, and then put 10 yards more back for the Lions to make it 3rd and a half mile, it looks like. Deloach on the near side. Gooden in the slot. Desmond Reese takes off. Racing downfield. Brooks sees him. He's wide open. And again, touchdown, Columbus Lions. The secondary for the Falcons is having a very tough time keeping these guys in front of them. The team speed for the Lions is too much, and you're seeing that here early. It's 13-0 now, Lions. I mean, honestly, in watching that play, obviously there's speed there, and he was wide open, but it didn't take many moves. I mean, he literally just went right by him, and that one's almost blocked, but still Ryan is able, Bryson Richardson is able to get it up anyway, even though it was blocked. They are saying it is 15-0 here. I'm going to find out why, because when the game started, it was already 1-0. I didn't get any info on why that happened. So we'll see why they are saying it's 15-0. But either way, this Lions offense is a offense full of speed. Efficiency from the quarterback in Marcus Brooks. Great play calling by Chris McKinney. And it looked like unstoppable on both sides of the ball. And if you're the Falcons, you're just hoping that you can get through this and try to keep the score within reason in this first half. Richardson booms that one all the way out. Honestly, if he had a little bit more air under it, it may have went through and got that awesome 3 points when you kick the ball through the uprights on a kickoff. Thank you. We just got a comment. It is 15-0. Just got a comment. So it's a 1-point safety. When you get tackled in the back of the end zone and then you go against the cushions back there, that is considered 1 point. So I thought it was a safety, but I didn't see him put up the safety hands. The Falcons did keep the ball on the safety. The Lions did get 1 point. That's why it is 15-0. We'll update that score. Louder takes the snap, gives it to the big man. He gets off one tackle, but not the second. Darius Morris frustrated with himself that he wasn't able. So Andre Revere gets the tackle stat. 2 minutes and 38 seconds remaining here. Louder gives it off to number 2, Jamal Stanfield, and he was not able to get anywhere. He was actually tackled in the backfield by DeAndre Brown, and it sets up 3rd down and long for the Falcons. Lions defensive line pinning their ears back here. And he gets hit, but not taken down. Darius Morris gave him a hard shoulder right there, but he still bounced off of it a little bit. But right behind him was Ravion Hostin, and he cleaned up the job to set up 4th down and long for the Falcons. Louder, trying to make a miracle happen, throws it deep downfield. Racing down the sideline was an open receiver for the Falcons, and number 5, Matthew Stroud. But the secondary for the Lions, James Gray, was going stride for stride, along with Desmond Reese. And the throw was too long anyway. And that's going to set up good field position again for the Columbus Lions. Was a good play. The receiver had a few yards on him. He'll be able to try to make a play if it was within his grasp, but wasn't. And that's about all you could ask for right there on 4th and about 25, is just throw it up and hoping your guy can make a play. And that was not able to happen. Deloach on the far side. Andre Thurman on the near. And Alex Coleman as the speedster. Brooks under center. Takes the snap, tosses it to the big man. Is that an offensive lineman? And he runs in for the touchdown. Number 79, Bracken Smith, goes tall sweep. And look, he's even giving a little show for the fans. That's awesome right there by Chris McKinney to get the big man some love. And he's one of the premier offensive linemen for this Lions team, and he goes around left end and scores on a touchdown. I don't think anybody wanted to tackle that big man. And now it's 21-0 Lions. Richardson set for the extra point. Coleman, another great catch. Excellent kick. Richardson also gets hit late. Field goal was good. Then they're going to decline that. So a little bit of a late hit right there, but Richardson didn't phase him. Roughing the kicker will be added on to the kickoff. And it's 22-0 Lions, and we're going to take a quick break. We're going to head to the second quarter. It's all Lions. Defensive line has been monsters. Marcus Brooks, efficient as always, and the receivers are just running wide open. Lions lead at 22-0 here on the Columbus Lions YouTube page. Trip Behringer on the call. We'll be right back after this. here. Live, Columbus Lions leading right now 22-0. And just like that, a hard hit leads to another turnover. And here come the Columbus Lions. Nope, the defense. Defense is going to come out. They came out with the ball. I didn't know if they actually had the ball right there. Actually, they did get the football. Yes, so they did get the football right there. So that's a turnover for the Falcons. Ball popped out, great hit, good coverage. And now the Lions are going to start at their own 23-yard line, trying to make it 28-0. Demasio Ewing on the far side. On the near side is Thurman. Brooks, wide open. Touchdown, Ewing. He goes right by the secondary for the Dallas Falcons. And there's another Columbus Lions touchdown. That's a third different receiver that scored a touchdown so far for the Lions. Marcus Brooks, third passing touchdown of the game, and it's 28-0. So in a span of about 2 minutes, 2 touchdowns for the Lions. Richardson knocks that through. I mean, he has been on the money. And there's going to be a penalty on the Falcons. It is declined, and Richardson has literally been right down the middle on each of the kicks. It's 29-0 Lions. This game's been going by so fast, I haven't been able to really update on stats or anything, so I'll be able to do that at halftime. Shout out to my stat guy, Nick. Also, Chris Gates, who's helping produce this. Thank you for everybody tuning in. Kickoff is going to be another touchback. So not only the Lions have been dominating defensively, and on offense they've been efficient in scoring 4 touchdowns already here early in this game. But their kicking game has been superb as well. Every facet of this game has been dominated by the Lions. Louder comes back out for the Falcons. They're trying to get anything going right now. Hard hit right there. He's going to throw it up. No one's even in the vicinity. And man, what a boom right there by the defensive back for the Lions. He hit number 17 for the Falcons with all his might right there on Adrian Weaver. He got up though. tough kid. Took a hit right there, still got up. But man, I'm gonna be honest with you. If that would have been me, I'd have been still on that ground. Louder. Weaver taking off. Louder does the zone read. And number 2, Ken Washington, literally held the running back, number 2, Jamal Stanfield of the Falcons, with one hand. Grabbed his jersey and would not let him go. And then here come the rest of the Lions as they call it dead. 3rd down and long now for the Falcons. Louder. Trying to muster any type of offense for the Falcons. Weaver takes off, and that tall sweep is no good, and because it was behind the line of scrimmage, oh, and then there's a face mask, man. He was able to hit it because it was a backwards pass, so made it a live ball, and the Lions could have got on it and maybe even scored a touchdown. Great job by number 2 for the Falcons to at least get his hand on the ball, and Stanfield, and then Ken Washington had an illegal face mask. I don't think he meant to do that. A little bit of temper's flare right there, but I think everything's okay. And that makes it an automatic 1st down, but the thing is, the 1st down is going to start behind where they initially started this drive. But because it was 20 yards because of the backwards pass all the way down on the other end, it's still a 1st down. Fumble, and there have it. Nice job getting on it is Andre Revere, and an excellent job by Ken Washington knocking the ball out of his hands. Also, number 5, DeAndre Brown, as they like to say. Got his huge paws on that ball. And number 92, Andre Rivera, said, oh, let me hop on that. 29-0. Lions are doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and it's a lot butt whooping. Brooks has it now at his own 10. Deloach on the near side. On the far side is Gooden. Coleman's also in the game. Goes around. Brooks looks, fade, touchdown. What a play. And an excellent grab right there by number 7, Raymond Deloach. Great throw by Brooks. And Deloach is going in the stands. They got a penalty right now on the Lions, and he actually went and gave it to a fan, and that little young man is happy and ecstatic. Awesome job. I know he got a penalty, but I like seeing stuff like that. 35-0 here. I mean, you got to have fun, especially when it's already 35-0 with 10:45 remaining in the 2nd quarter. Yeah, and that was one of the things for those who are commenting. Someone commented saying the D-line looks like a college team against a high school O-line. I made the comparison. The Columbus Lions are basically Alabama, and they're playing against Troy. And if you don't know who that is, Troy is a small school, Division I school. But if they play Alabama and you see the talent, the size difference between the two schools, I mean, obviously, I would probably even go a step further, baby, like a Columbus State, a D2 school here in Columbus. Great kick by Richardson. And nothing against the Falcons. They are playing their hearts out. This is their first game. I mean, what did you expect against the behemoth that is the Columbus Lions? But the talent disparity is very noticeable. 36-0. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, more Lions football here on the Columbus Lions page. Thrip Behringer on the call. Welcome back to the broadcast here. All Lions. I want to shout out to all the sponsors who helped make this broadcast possible, who's helped make this season possible for the Lions. See all the different businesses around the arena. Last 3 Richmond kickoffs have gone through the end zone, and this one is going to do the same, even though it does go off the hands of the Falcons returnee. Everybody that's tuning in or just tuned in, it's been all Lions. They have just dominated this game. The defensive line has created so much pressure for the Falcons. They haven't even gotten Lions territory yet. And then the quick strike offense of the Lions and Marcus Brooks and their speed receivers have been just streaking down the sidelines. And it's 36-0 already. Thrip Behringer on the call from Sports Visions. That's live here in Columbus. Monday through Thursday, 92.1, 4 to 6 p.m. 92.1 Smooth R&B and the Sports Visions Facebook page. Talk all things local, regional, national, professionally, high school, college. We do it all there. Me and DJ Jones. Running back gets an open crease a little bit. His best gain of the day. Nice job by Banks right there. Good tackle by DeCoven Ware. Banks spins. Keeps trucking. Is able to get the first down depending on the spot? I don't think so. I'll tell you what, the big man showed how agile he is. Great spin move. It is third down, going to be third down and short. But this defensive line, they pin their ears back and they have been feasting. Louder. Trying to escape. Goes backwards. Close to being a face mask, but not. Good tackle right there by number 8, Desmond Reese. And that's a loss of about 7 to create fourth down. Maybe a loss of, maybe more closer to 6 and make it fourth down and 6 now. We're in the Lions' den, and right now, the Falcons have been chopped liver. And the Lions have been gobbling them up all game long. It's already 36-0, still 8 minutes to go here in the second quarter. And he goes around the near side and not even close to getting a first down. Great tackle by the linebacker and leader of the defense, Darius Morris, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. It's going to be Lions ball again. You can hear the music being played. They're playing Tonight's Gonna Be a Good Night. It has been a good night so far for the Lions. They're up 36-0. My man Jonathan Shesky, who was on the call with me a few weeks ago, said the Raiders game was like watching a blind kid get pistol whipped. I'm not gonna steal his phrase, but tonight results have been eerily similar. Brooks, tall sweep to the big man again. He sheds a tackle and able to still get 4 or 5 yards, and you hear the delight of the fans. They like seeing that big man, number 79, Bracken Smith, on the tall sweep. Second down and about 7 here. Coleman and Gooden on the near side. Speedster Reese takes off, wide open, touchdown. Oh, he dropped it. Did he catch it? They said he did catch it. Initially dropped it, but was able to collect it, and a touchdown again for Desmond Reese. Another touchdown pass for Marcus Brooks, and it's 42-0 Lions. I think this is becoming a mercy killing. And what I'm seeing right now is a massacre. Somebody needs to get the authorities out here for what the Lions are doing to these Falcons. But I'll give it to the Falcons. They're not quitting. And, of course, their rosters are a lot smaller, and this being their first game. But it's men amongst boys right now. Richardson misses his first kick. So I'll keep it at 42-0. Military guys didn't like that miss. Trying to this all in jest right now. This is an NAL team. And remember, the NAL is a league that's a little bit bigger than American Indoor Football Alliance. So as you know, Richard just, he commented on our YouTube channel talking about it. I'm going to continue that conversation. I mean, it's like putting Auburn in the Sun Belt or putting Georgia in the Sun Belt. I mean, eventually talent is going to overcome no matter how much scheming you do. And there is a lot of D1 talent on this roster I'm looking at right now for the Lions. Great job by Lee Snow. Great job by the owners, Casey Smith, and the rest of them by putting this roster together. Chris McKinney as well. Their game plan's been excellent. The players are following through, and they're just bigger, faster, stronger than the other teams they've played so far. And that's why it's 42-0 right now. That kick almost hit the scoreboard. And he's going to actually be able to return this. And a great tackle right there by Deshae Hubbard. He got down there quickly. $42-0 here. Only the first half. It's going to take a miracle to see this, just like it's going to be a miracle for the Denver Nuggets to lose the NBA Finals after they won 2 consecutive games in Miami. Had to get some NBA Finals talk in there. Great run by Jimmy Butler in the Heat, but Nikola Jokic is showing why he's a top 3 player in the league. Regardless if you have him 1, 2, or 3, he's still a top 3 player. This is the #1 team in the American Indoor Football Alliance you're watching right here in the Columbus Lions. Good pursuit by the Lions defense, and a myriad of guys go over there and tackle the Falcons receiver. Louder. And DeAndre Brown. He's literally getting in the backfield before the ball is even in Louder's hands. Make sure to y'all to tune in with Richard. He'll be back here in the booth. Hopefully I may join him here soon. We also called many games together, called many high school baseball, basketball, and football games this past year. I do that with DJ Jones on Sports Visions as well. Be sure to follow me on Facebook at Thrift Behringer. Keep up all things that's going on in the world of sports, especially around here locally in Columbus. And Louder makes a good move and gets close to the first down marker. Made DeAndre Brown miss right there. And you got to give it to the Falcons team. They're competing, and they're not giving up, and they're not quitting, especially with this being their first game. You got to get this under your belt. And right now, what you're trying to do is work on things to get better at for next week's game. Because obviously this week, it's a tall tale to come back from 42-0. But if you can get better and see how that progresses throughout the season, it can start right now. And I think scoring a touchdown would be huge for this Falcons team. Sidearm throw, no good. That was fourth down. There is a flag, though, and there's a roughing the passer on the Lions, and so that's going to mean an automatic first down for the Falcons. But team psyche, obviously for the Falcons, you want to see a touchdown go in. So now they'll start here at, I think, right past midfield. I think for the first time today, the Falcons are in Lions territory. And there's a sack right there. Coming around in is DeAndre Brown. And he's just adding more marks to his sack belt. It's got to be number 4 or 5 probably for him. I know they have to have close to 10 to 15 sacks already here in this game. Timeout, Falcons. And we're going to take a quick timeout too. 1:52 remaining here. It's 42-0, Lions over the Falcons. Thank you, everybody, tuning in on the Columbus Lions YouTube channel. And if you're watching right now on my Facebook page, you see the link in the live stream post that I have right there. Just go ahead and click that link and join us as Chris Gates is doing a phenomenal job producing and showing replays and showing all the fans who are having a lot of fun here. We're going to take a quick break. It's Lions football here on the Columbus Lions Broadcasting Network. I got a message from the Lions front office That includes Lee Snow and everyone else. They want to thank everyone for tuning in and supporting our Lions. Please like us on social media. And there's a fumble, and it looks like the Lions don't have it. The ball kept bouncing and goes in back into the hands of the initial guy that started to play with. But thank you, everybody, tuning in. Thank you for everyone subscribing to our YouTube channel, Columbus Lions on YouTube. Check out us on our website, columbuslions.net. All stats and information and up-to-date info on the Lions are on there. And, of course, the Columbus Lions Facebook page and Instagram. Everyone pretty much has social media nowadays, so go ahead and give them a follow. Dana Barker saying that there is there another timeout? Yep, there is another timeout for the Falcons. Minute left here in the first half. Lions lead 42-0. If you're the Falcons, you're just trying to get any type of momentum, if you will, because obviously it would take a lot of momentum to come back from 42-0, but just for your psyche, you know, just for your confidence as an organization that just got started in the Falcons, you want to try to get something going. And if you're the Lions, you're just trying to make sure you have fun, don't do anything that can get you in trouble, and nobody get hurt. And you'll be looking at going 4-0 on this 2023 season. Bad snap, able to catch, but falls on the ground. There is a new quarterback, by the way, for the Falcons, which is number 2, Jamal Stanfield. Stanfield had back-to-back missed snaps right there, which, I mean, nothing going right now for the Falcons. Clock running, less than a half minute here in the first half. Have some great events that's going to happen here at halftime, so make sure you stay tuned. I already see the kids getting ready. I think they got a flag football game coming up. He takes off running. Stanfield said there he got face mask, wasn't it called? And that's going to bring an end to the first half. All Columbus Lions, they lead 42-0. And we're going to take a break. Thrift Behringer on the call. Lions dominating again, looking to go 4-0. Going into halftime, it's 42-0 Columbus over the Dallas Falcons. We'll be right back after this.
All right, guys, I'm down here with Coach McKinney. Coach, pretty sizable lead. You guys got pulled up here. Pretty sizable lead. How do you feel about the team's overall performances, and what are you going to say to the guys in the locker room?
I feel like the boys put the tackle on better. We're missing some sacks. We're missing some tackles on runs. So we need to clean that up. As far as offensively, you know, what we can do.
for some tickets, or we're gonna be able to some swag about that. We don't want to go home empty.
All right. One more quick, Sylvia.
Welcome back, everyone, to the broadcast. Halftime is almost over. We just heard the Soldier's Creed. Pretty cool to see a couple hundred young men and women that serve in our military giving their Soldier's Creed, and hearing them do that. It was live on our Columbus Lions YouTube page and Thrift Behringer Facebook page, as well as Sports Visions. Second half about to be underway. All Lions, they lead 42-0. They have dominated this game and every facet, from kicking, defensive line, offensive line, blocking, tackling, and of course the efficiency of Marcus Brooks, who is right now, he's on his way to maybe winning MVP of the league. We know about MVP of the league, as many remember the great quarterback Espinoza that used to play here for the Lions, retired. Was an excellent quarterback for many years for the Lions. In just a second, statistician Nick will give me the stats so I can update everyone on what just happened in that first half. Like I said, it was all Lions. Marcus Brooks was 6 of 6. Did not have an incomplete pass. 96 yards. And 5 of those 6 completions were for touchdowns. I'll say this again. 6 for 6, 96 yards, 5 of the completions were touchdowns. Desmond Reeves had 2 receptions, both of them being touchdowns. Also touchdowns from Alex Coleman, Raymond Deloach, who had that Moss grab here in the corner of the end zone, and Missio Ewing. Jacobin Ware leads the game in tackles. The linebacker has 7 tackles, a sack, 2 tackles for loss, and a forced fumble. Darius Morris has 6 tackles, all of them tackles for loss, and 2 sacks. And Ravion Houston has 4 tackles for loss, and a sack. Dallas has 4 yards passing. 6 sacks they've allowed, and they have 35 yards rushing, average of 2.3 yards per carry. Every Columbus possession has started in Dallas territory. Every single one of them. And Dallas has negative 6 yards of offense in that first half. That pretty much sums up what we saw. Which, again, if this was a fight, they would have called it off by now. If this was a street fight, the authorities would have already been present, because this is an assault of all forms. But no quit in the Lions, obviously, and no quit from the Falcons. About to be underway, 2 more quarters to go. I expect to be a running clock. Hopefully not a lot of penalties and no injuries, and nobody gets in trouble. We can head in to the next week undefeated 4-0. And again, average win is over 50 points a game, is Coach Chris McKinney and this Lions team. Onside kick didn't work. They were trying to catch the Lions off guard. They may have if they were able to execute, but I think they're going to have an illegal kick or an offside, excuse me. Waiting on to hear from White Hat Dana Barker, also a weatherman. Also, he has about 9 million different hats, and one of them being a referee. So the penalty was declined. And they're going to say re-kick for the Falcons. And obviously the Lions know for the potential onside kick here. And this kick is high, but returnable. And he runs into his own player, and that's probably the hardest hit a Lions taken all game, and it was from his own player as number 16, Dakoven Ware, ran right into Andre Thurman, and Thurman just went backwards about 3 yards. But still decent field position, and this time they're actually going to start in their own territory, but right at the 20. And here comes Marcus Brooks, 6 of 6, 96 yards, 5 touchdowns in that first half. There were 6 touchdowns total scored. The 6th touchdown was a tall sweep to the offensive lineman, number 79, Bracken Smith. He also had a few other tall sweeps, every one of them for positive gain, got at least 5 or 6. Brooks under center. Takes the snap, drops back, throws, wide open over to the middle. Alex Coleman. He makes a man miss. We see lingerie on the field, and Alex Coleman, what a move and a touchdown. One play, quick strike, touchdown. Lions lead 49-0. And another unsportsmanlike penalty as Alex Coleman jumped up over the barrier, and I don't know if he ran to the locker room or where he was running, but still ain't came back out yet. But what a move over there on the far side near the 5-yard line. And you saw bodies hit the deck. And Coleman scores another touchdown, his 2nd of the game. Brooks' 6th touchdown pass. And it's 48-0 Lions. Richardson. Hold is good. Kick is right down the middle. And it's 49-0 Lions. And they are going to have running clock, as they should. While we're on the football subject, we got a lot of great high school football teams starting their summer camp trainings here around the area. You got Central, who lost in the Final Four last year. Pacelli won a state championship. A lot of great teams around the area that are at Carver. They made a decent run. I expect to see a lot of teams combine for maybe a state championship run around this area. And then, of course, we all know about Auburn, Alabama, and Georgia. Alabama and Georgia respectively been the top 2 programs in the country. But with Auburn, I mean, Hugh Freeze has got momentum heading in the right direction, upward trajectory. Recruiting's been phenomenal. And you're hearing a lot of good things coming out of the Auburn camp as they head under the new Hugh Freeze era. And then, of course, the Atlanta Falcons, they're starting quarterback Desmond Ridder. They made a huge additions and splash in free agency on the defensive side of the ball. Of course, taking Bijan Robinson in the NFL draft. Expect the Falcons to have a pretty decent year this year, especially with the NFC South up for grabs. Kickoff underway. Good move. And all the way to midfield is Sandfield. Good return right there for the Falcons. $49-0 here. Third quarter. White had Dana Parker waving that clock, and I don't blame him. When it's 49-0, I don't think many things should stop the clock. An offensive line for Dallas has struggled mightily in this game. Quarterback Stanfield. And looks like Andre Brown streaking down, saying he scored a touchdown, but obviously neutral zone infraction on the Lions as they were offsides. And that's going to be a 5-yard penalty and going to be 1st down and 5 now for the Falcons. They are in Lions territory again for only 2nd time this game, trying to get a touchdown on the board here. Dirk Behringer on the call. Thank you everybody tuning in and supporting the Columbus Lions. Stanfield. This offensive line has been taking a beating. Another bad snap. Stanfield still able to get some sort of positive net gain, even if it was a half a yard. With the bad snap, now makes it 3rd down and 5. We'll give it 4.5. Oh, they're saying 2nd down, excuse me. Because of that was 1st down. Because of the pre-snap penalty on 1st down. Stanfield. And there goes a running back, and he's able to get a 1st down, and now the Falcons are on the doorstep of the Lions' goal line. Trying to get 1st and goal for the 1st time all game. Good run right there by the running back for the Falcons, number 41, Rondell Lewis. I have not said it yet, but obviously Andre Brown has delivered. What can Brown do for you? You should patent that. So Andre Brown has made a living in that backfield for the Falcons. Handoff, and there he is. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. And there is DeAndre Brown, and he has just been an absolute nightmare for every one of those offensive linemen for the Falcons. So that's going to set up 2nd and long. Fumble on the play, another bad snap. Flag, though. Whitehead gets his conversation with his officials. And they're going to say encroachment on the Lions. So that 5-yard loss and 1st down is negated to now make it 2nd down and more manageable. And closer they are to the goal line, trying to get on the board. Looks like the offensive lineman for the Falcons is waving. I don't know who he's waving to right now. Another bad snap. Stanfield makes a man miss, throws it over the middle. Oh, and almost a decent grab right there. He got his hands on it. Number 5, Matthew Stroud. It's 49-0 here, Lions. They were up 42-0 at halftime. Marcus Brooks, the quarterback, is 7 of 7 for 120 yards and 6 touchdowns. So no incompletions for Marcus Brooks, and 6 of his 7 completions have been touchdowns. That sums up how today's gone for the Lions. All right, 3rd down and about 8 now. Stanfield pleading to his offensive line to give him any time. The snap goes to the running back. I don't know if it meant to do that. Stanfield throws it over the middle for a touchdown. And Stanfield gives the old Michael Jordan shrug as he's pumping up the crowd. But I will say, if you're the Falcons, and I like seeing this, just competing. You have no chance of winning this game, but you're not quitting and definitely scoring a touchdown. Just build a momentum for next year. And if you're the Lions, nothing sloppy. Don't do anything that's going to get you in trouble. Nobody get hurt, and just get out of here with another victory, dominant victory. They're going to go for 2, obviously. That was a great catch by number 5, Matthew Stroud. Good sidearm pass by Stanfield. An unorthodox throwing motion for Stanfield, but it worked right there for the touchdown. He's going to go speed sweep to the outside. Doesn't even get touched. And the 2-point conversion is good. It is now 49-8. Lions lead. 7:30 remaining. Running clock here in the second half. All Lions. We'll take a quick break. It's Columbus Lions football right here on the Columbus Lions YouTube channel. American Indoor Football Alliance. Thurp Behringer on the call. Be right back after this. Welcome back, everyone, to the broadcast. Thurp Behringer here from Sports Visions, PNB Broadcasting. You can hear me on Q1073, Kissin 99.3, and of course Sports Visions show that we're live every Monday through Thursday, 92.1. Good kickoff right there. Is it returnable? Yes, it is. And not juking anyone out there. And the worst field positioning of the day right now for the Lions at their own 15. But it looks like there is a penalty on, is it Lions or Falcons right there? Oh, it's on the Falcons. And it's going to be added to the end of the run. Yes. So instead of just re-kicking it, the Lions said just give us 5 yards. So instead of starting at the 15, they're going to, or 14, excuse me, they're going to start at the 19. Great job by Coach Chris McKinney taking in and taking over for Jason Gibson, who won 3 championships, went to close to 7 It's not easy filling in the shoes of a successful man, but he has done an excellent job so far this season. Brooks waves the man in motion, drops back, avoids the first rush, throws it open, caught, in. They're going to say he's out? Yes, they're going to say he was pushed out, but an excellent grab right there by Gooden. Great throw and great job by Brooks by eluding the pressure. And that's going to set up 1st and goal for the Lions. We had an injured Falcon on the play right there. He's able to get up, and he's good. Mason Espinoza, the great quarterback in previous years. Damian, the Nighthawk Daniels. All these guys who were legends for the Lions. I know they're enjoying seeing that the winning tradition continue. Brooks waves the man in motion again. Under center, drops back, throws a high one. No one's going to get that one, as Gooden was in the back of the end zone. And there is the first incompletion of the game for Marcus Brooks. At that point, he was 8 for 8 for an over 150 yards with 6 touchdowns, and he just threw his first incompletion of the game. And it took all the way to about 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter for that to happen. Gooden, speed receiver. Deloach near side. Coleman in the slot. Brooks hands it off. Good play, great blocking, easy touchdown for number 10, Mr. Gooden. Great blocking by the big men up front. And good play call by Chris McKinney. And my man, Tremel Gooden, is in the stands. I don't know if that was his friend, family member, but he's sitting up there with someone obviously that he knows. And they're throwing a game ball. Look at that. He throws it all the way up there, and one of those military members that are here watching the game, they're celebrating. He's got his fist up. He's pumped. Great catch by him. And it's 55-0, looking to be 56. Richardson's extra point on the way. Snap good. Hold good. Kick good. Oh, nope, they said no good. That definitely looked good to me. So now Deloach and Marcus Brooks are going to keep throwing some balls into the stands, and that's awesome for them to be able to do that. All right, now, so we have some members of the military on the field, and we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. It's Columbus Lions football. They lead 55-0. All Lions over the Falcons. Trip Behringer on the call. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the broadcast. Lions set to kick off. Returnable for Stanfield. Makes one man miss, but not the next. Good tackle by Demisio Ewing. But still decent field position for the Falcons. The Lions have scored on every possession they have had. They have 8 touchdowns on 8 possessions. Falcons scored their first just a few minutes ago. And of course the Lions quickly answered. It's 55-0 here. Ready for them to put it back in play. 55-8 here, 3:20 remaining here in the third quarter. Stanfield, last time he came out, threw a touchdown pass to Matthew Stroud in the deepest part of the end zone. Big man tried to make a man miss. Darius Banks wasn't able to do that, and Darius Morris of the Lions gets credit for the tackle. Stanfield, ball gets hit. I think they're going to say, yep, they're going to say that's on DeAndre Brown. He jumped off sides. Tried to get the timing right and wasn't able to do that, so that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. So that's going to That's going to make it second and about, I'd say 7. Stanfield. And the center's just having a tough time being able to get that ball off in time, as he is just trying to get up fast enough to get a block. And DeAndre Brown was already in the backfield before Stanfield even had a chance to get that snap. I think the one thing that the Dallas Shock is they're going to have to either improve the offensive line or find someone that can do their best at, which I know it's hard to block guys like Ken Washington, excuse me, Kenny Carter, Andre Vivier, DeAndre Brown. Stanfield gets the snap. Looking, makes a man miss. Sidearm throw, intercepted. Great play right there by number 8, Desmond Reese. He gets tackled at midfield, but what hands by the DB/receiver. And there's another turnover for the Falcons. Held on it too long. is Stanfield. And that sidearm pass had an opportunity, but nice job by Desmond Reese cutting in front of the receiver and intercepting that. So now it's going to be Lions back football. Oh, that was Kyle Griswold. Sorry about that, Kyle. Shout out to Desmond Reese. He's had a great game. But that was Kyle Griswold, the DB extraordinaire. Elite coverage corner. Got a few interceptions himself. Brooks takes the snap. Looks, and then finally taken down. Too much time. And a nice job getting a sack right there by the Falcons, and you're seeing their frustration. Little extracurricular activities going on, but the referee's able to settle them down. One of the Lions. We'll have at least one more play before we head into the fourth quarter. Brooks. Nice route. But a good tackle. But Reese stopped on a dime. Good throw by Brooks. And are they going to say that's a first down? And it is a first down, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Not too many fireworks in this one. 2 touchdowns to the Lions, 1 for the Falcons, 55-8. 1 more quarter to go. Lions looking to go 4-0. Live here on the Columbus Lions YouTube page. Be right back after this. Been all Lions today. 55-8, one more quarter to go. Appreciate everyone tuning in here. Columbus Lions football set to go 4-0. See a lot of Soldier Boys being cranked right now, as the fans are just having a lot of fun. Heck, even the Falcons are even dancing, as there's no point in getting mad. You're just playing a better team. You got literally both sides dancing right now. Like everyone, who would have thought Soldier Boy would bring everyone together? Well, no matter the background or race. Every age, everybody's out here doing the Superman. Marcus Brooks. Clock's already started. Brooks. Eludes the first defender. Over the middle, Deloach! With the one-handed grab. Wow! Unbelievable play right there by Raymond Deloach. Incredible throw. Great job getting past the pressure. But man, able to stick that with a one-handed grab, and Deloach goes all the way up to where the military members are. Giving them all a high five. That's excellent. And another terrific grab by Raymond Deloach. Richardson set to kick. Snap, hold, kick, right down the middle to make it 62-8. I mean, that was an incredible grab by Deloach. And it just, again, when you got guys making one-handed grabs, you got speedsters running past everyone on the Falcons team. The defensive line can't be blocked. Offensively, you can basically call any play and it's going to work. It's just what we've expected from these Lions, especially in the American Indoor Football Alliance. And I honestly, looking at the different teams in there, I don't know if there's anybody in the American Indoor Football Alliance that's going to be able to slow them down. Richardson's kick actually hits the scoreboard. And I don't know if that's a re-kick or what the rules are on that. The base is going to be the same thing as when he kicks it out of the end zone. Yep, and they'll start it right at the 20. .11:30 remaining here. Lions lead 62-8. Hopefully won't see this clock stop until it hits 4 zeros. Snap high, Stanfield gets it. Able to, bad tackling right there, and Stanfield puts his head down, and number 27, James Gray, also put his down. They collided, but not before a 30-yard run by Stanfield. Bad tackle right there by the Lions as he just basically tried to push him down instead of tackling him down. And that sets up 1st and goal. First time that we have seen that all game long for the Falcons. Yeah, they scored a touchdown, but it wasn't 1st and goal, as it was a 12-yard touchdown pass from Stanfield to Matthew Stroud. So now they're in the red zone. And the Lions are trying not to give up double digits for the first time since week 1. Think about that. Direct snap to the Darius Banks, and he actually loses a yard. Again, thank you for everybody tuning in and watching right now. Thrift Behringer on the call. And all Lions today, 62-8. Live on YouTube and, of course, Thrift Behringer Facebook page and Sports Visions. Love to be able to call these Lions games. Stanfield makes a man miss, and he's able to get in the end zone. They're going to say he's down at the 1. Nope. Still waiting on the signal. Discussion from the referees. They're trying to decide if that was a touchdown or not. And they are going to say he is short at about the half-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and goal now. I would expect either a run from Banks or Stanfield here around the right side. Stanfield gets it. He does hand it off. And I stand corrected. It wasn't Banks or Stanfield. It was number 41, Rondell Lewis. And there's another touchdown for the Falcons to make it 14 for them. As you hear members of the Lions fan base yelling scoreboard. But if you're the Falcons, I really think this is, when you look at this second half, you've been outscored 20-14. So score one more touchdown, you basically won the second half. The thing was, you were already down 42-0. Stanfield looks, eludes again. Not this time. Sack, fumble. They are going to call it dead. They are going to say it was dead, as Stanfield couldn't get away from all that pressure. But another touchdown for the Falcons to make it 62-14 as we have our running clock. Less than 7 minutes remaining here, close to 7 minutes remaining here. Media timeout, or official timeout.
Hey, to all the soldiers, all the infantrymen, everybody listening here, I want to say thank you for coming out. Thank you for supporting us and doing everything you can for us and giving us the life you gave us here. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And as you see now, a lot of the military members, they're exiting as this game's over with. For the Falcons, I mean, why not even just onside kick right here? Try to get another touchdown. Like I said, first half 42-0. Second half 20-14. The Lions are still winning, but obviously a lot closer, but also been a running clock. Falcons set to kick it off. Andre Weaver set to kick off for the Falcons. Squib kick. In the hands of Thurman. Thurman scoots, boots, all the way to about the 24-yard line. Hopefully that this runner clock should be hopefully the last possession for either team. This depends on if the Lions try to score here. Brooks still in the game. Brooks takes the snap, fires over the middle, and a nice pass breakup right there. Thurman was open. Almost had a hand on it, but a good pass deflection by number 7 for the Falcons, Xavier Biggs. Five minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Brooks gets sacked. One of the second, I think your second or third time he's been sacked. So the next time these Lions will play, again, they beat the South Florida Thunder 73-56 in that first game. But it was a blowout in that first half. I think we're up close to 30, 40 points. South Florida then scored a lot of points at the end of the game to make it reasonable, but I don't think that was any question the Lions were going to lose that game. Brooks fires deep and intercepted by the quarterback Stanfield. Good return. And the Falcons are going to try to score one more time to get 20 on the board. Little underthrown ball. I think I would be willing to say, and I think so would Marcus Brooks. That was probably his worst thrown ball of the game. Lions also won against the Mississippi Raiders 63-6, and then beat the Southern Seam 58-8. So that combined scores, again, adding all of them up, they're averaging close to 65 a game and only giving up a little more than 20, but a lot of that had to do with the 56 they gave in that first game. These last three games, they've given up 6, 8, and 14 here today. Their next game will be next Friday here in the Columbus Civic Center against Peach State Cats. Then they'll play the Capital City Cyclones June the 23rd, and then they end the season playing against those Mississippi Raiders again here in the Civic Center. And there's a flag right there. Let's see if I can pull up the American Indoor Football Alliance standings as of so far. Stanfield hands it off. Lewis gets stopped. Lions are 3-0. Capital City Cyclones, the Carolina Predators, and the Las Vegas Kings. None of those teams have played a game yet. Falcons set to go 0-1. It says here they're already 0-1, so this I guess would be 0-2. I think this was their first game. They blow the whistle. Extracurricular activities, a flag, and you don't want any of this because with a minute left, let's just go ahead and end this game. Let's not let anything silly happen. So again, coming up, the Falcons will be playing against, or excuse me, not the Falcons, the Lions will be playing against Peach State Cats. Capital City Cyclones, and then they end the season with the Mississippi Raiders. Lions trying to go undefeated. They beat the Savannah Steam last week. Lions in first place, Raiders in second. They do play the Raiders to end the season. I expect maybe the Raiders, Cyclones, few of the teams that was offsides and not called. Stanfield goes around in. There is a flag. It's like some extra hits after the whistle. 42 seconds remaining. So again, the Lions will play again next Friday here in the Columbus Civic Center, taking on the Peach State Cat, out of Sewanee, Georgia. Then they play the Capital City Cyclones out of Tallahassee, Florida. I tell you what, one thing I've always wanted to do is be in Tallahassee on a Saturday night with those Seminoles. Can only imagine how electric, because you see it on hand, but actually be there live, I know it is electric type atmosphere. And then they will end the season July 15th against the Mississippi Raiders. There is a couple of injured Falcons on the ground right now. 9 seconds remaining. And at this point, let's just call the game. We don't want nobody hurt. Some of the questions, would the game be streamed? I'm hoping all the games will be streamed. I obviously don't have the answers to that. Just the play-by-play guy along with Richard Holdridge, but I would hope that all games for the rest of the season will be streamed. 9 seconds here. Looks like he's okay. Comes up with a limp. So we'll have 9 seconds. Looks like this will be the last play of the game. Falcons trying to win the second half. I guess that would be something that if I were the Falcons head coach, I'd take that in the locker room. They score a touchdown right here. They will tie it, make it 20-20 here in the second half. They kick the extra point or get a 2-point conversion. They would have won the second half either 21-20 or 22-20. Obviously, the score is 62-14. So another penalty. Stanfield takes his helmet off. I wonder what's happening right now. They're going to say that flag is on the Falcons, so this will be the last. Actually, no, it's on the Lions. It looked like it was on the Falcons by the reaction from the quarterback. Last play. Wondering what the discussion is, as this is just trying to get out of here. 62-14. All right, last play. 62-14. Stanfield takes the snap. Best one he's had all game. Throws it up. Did he catch that with one hand? He did. Wow. Nice job right there. Good throw. And that touchdown will end the game with it being 62-20. All Lions, they dominate from the start. Great job by that defensive line, DeAndre Brown, Andre Revere, Ken Washington. Dominant performance by them. Great job by Marcus Brooks. He had over 6 touchdown passes, I think maybe 7. And Bracken Smith even had a toss sweep, the offensive lineman. Great game plan by Chris McKinney. Thank you to our statistician, Nick, and also the producer for today's broadcast, Chris Gates. And the Columbus Lions are going to go to 4-0 in their inaugural season here in the American Indoor Football Alliance. Lions 62, Falcons 20. Player of the game. You could be picked from any of them. DeAndre Brown had several sacks. Darius Morris had several sacks. We had an interception return. We had the efficiency of Marcus Brooks, Alex Coleman, and the receivers were streaking down the field all game long. So thank you everybody that was tuning in. Make sure to tune into the Sports Visions radio show on Monday. We're going to talk about this game and how good the Lions have been, and they're going to continue their upward trajectory here in this league, trying to win another championship. Live on 92.1 Smooth R&B, 4 to 6 p.m. and the Sports Visions Facebook page. From Thrift Behringer, thank you to Lee Snow, Casey Smith, and the entire Lions organization. We appreciate your support. Lions win this one 62-20. Thrift Behringer signing off. We'll see you next week on Friday. Columbus Lions football.